Here we go. Let's count her down.
That's what the cushion.
Here we go. Come on, for God's sake. Jeez Louise. This may be the opening right here. I don't know. We might as well.
I'm so sorry.
We have never opened a show this way, but I don't think there's any other way to do it. If you've heard all the noises Jim is making tonight, anything else you want to break or you're gassy tonight?
I just wanted us to start off on a loose, feel-good note.
Welcome back to the Patriarchs. The show about dads, about families, about our kids. Mine hopefully will be here. Oh, it can only come.
So
it can't
close.
come soon enough. My wife,
what are you
Jenny.
Feeling, honestly, what do you guys? I know Jenny's, but what do you? I mean, this has got to be exciting.
Are you stressed?
Terrifying? What combination of?
I'd say it is a little stressful, but it's excitement. It's not. Wow. I'm really not. And what's odd is maybe I'll be, once he's here, I'm like, okay, now it's real. Up until now, we've only talked about it.
Are you mentally thinking right now that when the baby gets here, it's all going to be the same?
Oh, no.
Nothing will really change. You'll just have another body around.
Oh, no.
No, that's not what you're thinking?
No, I have set myself up mentally and gone through the paces. And I've talked to you guys. And again, this is one of the reasons why we do the show. You guys have been mentoring me, and I have known these. We haven't really said, I mean, this is one of the strangest openings to the show we've ever done.
The Patriarchs,
but
on Facebook, patriarchsmedia.com. Let's get that in there.
Dan Pantos is one of the dads.
Proud father. Kaya, who is 7, and Nicholas, who's 21 months. And I brought Kaya's preschool mug that she made.
Is that Carney Wilson?
No, it's my daughter. I'm going to reach over there and kick your ass like a spider monkey.
That looks like Carney Wilson.
It does look like Carney Wilson.
Come on.
Carney's eyelashes are not that long.
That's true.
Well, and she's lost some weight since that
daughter's self-portrait when she was 4.
According to the Inquirer, she's put it right back.
Jim Burrows is our other patriarch. Your kids.
Got 4. Okay. 4 amazing kids, 3 boys and a girl. And Karen and I, of course, just celebrating our 25th anniversary. So it's been a special year. It's been a lot of fun. But I just got to go back to that comment you made. And Dan, we were both kind of just chuckling to ourselves about how he was asking you that, if you expected to kind of just be business as usual. And I'm thinking, if you've got that impression from 2 months working with all of us, we have failed miserably. Because
it's been the opposite. No, you guys have. You've done a great job to help prepare me. We talked about a lot of different subjects. You can go back to hearing those past shows at patriarchsmedia.com. And we've discussed things about babies. We've talked about, have you heard, we just mentioned with Dan, he has 2 children at different age levels, and that's really helpful to me. Then I looked down at the other end of the spectrum with Jim. He has college-age kids. So then my mind can go race forward and say, this is what my son will be doing one day, either college or carnival, one of the two. And so I think, I got to be ready. Yeah. The other patriarch that's missing tonight, it's Adam Ritz. And last we heard, he was with George Bush. Bush was at a ball game.
He was down at SMU in Dallas. But I think the reason why he is gone this week is apparently he bought up a lot of Purdue Sweet 16 T-shirts. So he's trying to unload those down in Florida.
He is one of the most unhappy Boilermakers I've ever seen with the tournament when they lost. We were recording that night, and he left. He was not a happy man.
Yeah. If you go back and look at the last episode, I think you'll catch him a couple of times because he had it on his phone underneath, and he kept looking down at it. So if you go back and look at the last video, I think you might notice him look down as he's talking.
He was beyond disappointed.
Yeah.
As Dan did mention, we are on social media, and we would love for you to not only like us, Patriarchs Media, it's Facebook and Twitter, but share it. That's one of the biggest compliments you can give us, is to share one of our posts, certainly to ask questions and to chime in.
Give us feedback.
Yes.
Tell us what you think, what you would like to have us discuss. Because, I know it's Greg's world, because you're the one having the baby, but really, it's not all about you.
I've learned that so much over the last few months. But it's funny you say that because
he needs Jenny Jr. here at the
table. No, but it's funny that he says that because the show did originate because my wife, is pregnant, and we thought, let's do this show to help me. But through it has evolved to where we've said, you know what, these dads, you guys have experiences. And you still have experiences.
Oh, yeah.
You've got things all the time. We're hearing about your daughter going through soccer practice now, and that adds another layer of stress to your life, I'm sure.
Oh, now and softball.
Yeah. That is a whole other aspect to parenting that I would recommend to everybody to experience is the athletic portion. If your child wants to play, I'm not saying push them and make them do something they don't want to. Kids go off in different directions. They may be into many other things, but our experience for 10 plus years of having all of our kids play travel baseball, Emily did softball, track, she did figure skating. Fantastic. Wouldn't trade it for anything. No. But if there's one thing I would say to you as on the dawn of baby Browning's arrival, if this keeps you focused, knowing how this process has many, many levels, many, many steps, and I've said this to so many people in the last several months with my kids all being in their 20s, is that parenting begins again at 18. So you think it starts at birth and you have your stages there, baby, toddler, preschool, elementary, teen years. Just wait. So in other words, you're in. This is a long haul.
It's going to be a big ride.
There's never a day you're not.
No, of course not.
Of course.
No.
And it's just that's the great part of the journey. There's always different aspects to it.
Absolutely. Let's move into one of the first things I wanted to talk about tonight, because Jenny has already started packing a bag or getting a bag ready to take with her to the hospital.
I saw this.
And I did. I put it on social media. I got suggestions from a lot of moms and dads that have already been through this. And of course, my wife was trying to ask me, in a serious fashion, let's get the bag ready. I was being a moron.
I like how you pose that. Your wife was trying to ask you in a serious...
And she should know better.
Come on.
Really
she married you, dude.
She asked what we should bring, and I said, well, let's bring the dog. She loves her puggle, our puggle. She raised him since he was a puppy, and so she didn't think it was funny. I said it could be a therapy dog, and this was all via text, and so then there was this big blank 10-minute space, which that's always when I know I've ticked her off. There's nothing. There's just it's silence.
And please tell me you didn't make the cardinal mistake that a husband, what's wrong with you?
No.
Okay,
no,
you didn't ask that.
No. Okay. I've learned there is a learning curve.
Yeah,
but let's go back, though. Let's talk about Angie for a second, Dan, your wife. Can you remember even one or two items that she had that helped the process? Because there have been a lot of great suggestions. Everything from the obvious, what you're going to dress, Kaya or Nicholas.
Yeah, she had the
home.
outfit to bring Kaya and Nicholas home. I want to say she had two outfits. But
like a home and away? Like
no, it was just one.
You never know.
It wasn't me, honey. That's Jim just being a butthead.
She said two outfits.
I want to say she brought two because she couldn't make up her mind which one, and she thought, I'll just decide at that.
Gotcha.
When it's time to bring the baby home.
Now,
we spent a couple days in the hospital.
Exactly.
Because she had C-section, yeah.
And that's what several people have said. They said, be prepared for it. On the flip side of that, though, there's a celebration, and several friends have already said, what does she like? What does Jenny like? And she likes her wine. And so I did. I got her a really nice bottle of wine, and I thought, well, I'll bring that along.
You can cross that because Karen pretty much that was the first thing out of her mouth was the wine. So that's not a shocker.
So for Karen, though, outside of the wine, though, was there anything? And I've heard anything from it's your favorite music, it's a focal point, maybe it's a picture. Was there anything Karen brought?
No. To be honest with you, just the basics, because I think a lot of people sometimes have all these grand plans of what they want to do and how they'd like it to play out, and it never
doesn't.
Trust me. It's like all of us who think we have control over this life we're living. Yeah, keep at it. Keep thinking you've got control. Same thing here. Yeah, maybe you can do those things, which would be awesome. To be able to play whoever, I don't know what her favorite musicians are, or what kind of music she might like in the background or something.
AC/DC.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's back in black.
That'd be great in a delivery room.
Sound
cranked up nice
shook
and
me
loud.
all night long.
Dokken and Striper.
Look at that. Would that be sweet? That would be kind of cool. No, because in an ideal world, that would be fantastic if you could have the great setup like that. But first of all, you don't know when this is going to happen.
No.
You're thinking this is going to happen conveniently after the national news and in between a couple of shows, so you can go be in the delivery room, then go back and catch Seinfeld later. And I'm saying this, just goofing with you. That's all going to work out picture perfect, but it's probably going to be 3:10 a.m. On a Sunday morning, or worse yet for you, Mr. Radio, on a Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
For him, it'll be 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, but just be ready, because that's the way it goes.
It'll be dinner time for normal people.
Yeah.
Exactly. It'll be midnight snack time for him.
No, I got the early bird special.
I got to get up at 2:45. What are you doing having a baby now?
There have been some good suggestions from women that say, back to your point, though, Jim, of not overthinking it, but they say don't rely on the hospital for comfort.
No.
Bring your own comfortable pillow. Bring your own
blanket.
If there's certain clothes
She
that
still
you
sleeps
need.
with a teddy bear. Bring that.
Right. And
Absolutely.
so I just think it's those things, and by all means, as Dan mentioned, and it was a great idea, you can always chime in, whether it's on social media or even at our website, patriarchsmedia.com, to let us know. If you're listening to the show and you're like, oh, I can remember when I went through that, send us an email. We will definitely share it in an upcoming show, because that's the beauty of doing this. We've heard from people.
I know something you need to take. Are you allergic to peanut butter? Grab those little packets of peanut butter, because there's the daddy room on the floor, depending on where you go. But I'm sure every hospital has
like a casino or a bar.
No, dude. If that were the case, I'd still be there. I'd be calling in and doing what Jim did and just kind of hang out on the sidelines. But there's like drawers of crackers, and there's like coffee machines, and there's Coke machines, and there's I don't know, popsicles in the freezer. So there's gonna be stuff to take.
Well, if they got all that stuff, why do I need peanut butter? They've already got that stuff.
Probably is.
No, but there's nothing to put on the salt.
Dan probably
the crackers.
wandered into the kiddie break room for the little siblings, and he probably thought it was for adults. And he opens up the fridge and he goes, "Oh, popsicles!"
You did kind of set yourself up. That sounds like something that would be in a children's room. One dad's eating a popsicle,
and I had to go get the step stool just to get to the freezer.
Nobody said that.
You open up the fridge and there's some Langenkugel.
Oh, we're leading it there.
Some pretzels.
Okay, so back to Dan's
adult beverages.
Back to Dan's point. Bring some food. Because
that's not a bad
several
idea.
people
Yeah,
suggest
it's a good thought though.
Oh, nice cover up. Now you're trying to say okay.
No, but there's a lot of little travel things. I mean, you can bring in your little satchel. You know, as you're walking around
Snack
the hotel,
cups.
Because of course you're going to be thinking of snacking.
Well, but that's what somebody commented. They
There's
said
nothing he can do.
Somebody suggested, though, on my Facebook page, they said, bring a lot of change because you'll want to go down to the vending machine. I thought, I'm not going to have $10 worth of quarters in my pocket jangling around.
Was this a guy that had his baby in Vegas, maybe? Maybe before the kid popped out, he went did the one-arm bandit a few final times. You know? So.
I thought, no, we're going to pack a few of Jenny's favorite foods or snacks or something like that. And as you guys both have alluded to, we're kind of in the middle of trying to have this baby. There's not going to be a catered spread going on to where we're out of the French dip. Can we get a little more of that over there? So,
well, you should definitely, as we speak tonight, somewhere in the Browning household, there should be the bag that you can grab in 5 seconds, and you're gone.
It is.
Okay,
no, it is.
so it's ready.
Upstairs right now.
And
No, it really
is.
is.
Is it packed? You've got your stuff ready to go too.
She has at least half of it packed, and she's gone through a checklist.
What's in there right now?
She has.
Up to this point.
I should go get it.
Okay.
Let's go get that.
Yeah. Well, at least we can.
This ought to be good because I haven't seen the. Did you see it on the social media?
I saw the picture, and I know
I haven't seen the
had
updates.
comments about it, but of course, he's got the best situation going because you and I didn't have the opportunity to have somebody say, "Oh no, you don't need this. Oh no, you don't need that." To have somebody literally pick through your.
Absolutely.
You know what this is, Greg? This is kind of like the prenatal version of the TSA. We're gonna check your bag and make sure you can go ahead and go through.
Is that pre-flight check?
Yeah, pre-flight check. I like the bag though.
But you know what's embarrassing here, and this is live to tape, as they say. I don't know what's in here. So if there's something embarrassing,
don't pull it out.
Jenny, we're doing it. We have to do it.
Yeah.
We have to do it.
Okay.
Listerine. Toiletries. Little things.
Oh, a little travel size.
A little hairspray.
Big sexy hair. Because you're going to be thinking about
that.
sexy.
Obviously not something Greg and I have to use very much.
Yeah, she said, she did mention this, though, and she said because because they're vomiting or if, even dry mouth, so just mints.
So it's kind of like a...
Could also be for the nurses. Some of the nurses don't brush their teeth.
Oh, lip balm. She said chapped lips beyond belief.
Huge.
Several of her friends that have had children said it's to the point where, it's just red and you look like a fat clown
That's why
or something.
they do the ice chips.
Yeah.
She's really worried about the breath. You got Listerine, icebreakers,
but this
now
is
lip
smart.
balm.
She may not
no,
need it,
I'm
but
not.
She's got it.
No, but I almost feel like, to Dan's point, like she thinks this is going to be on Periscope or something, or we're going to be, sending this across the country. Hairspray? Are you kidding? I imagine her hair is going to be in every different direction.
Do not use that on the newborn. You will get in trouble for that.
What's that?
The hairspray.
The big hair.
Big sexy hair. Give me with some afro. Or some mohawk.
Okay, so we're looking at
kids are born with a pretty good thick head of hair.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to take after Dad. So she
look
does
at
have
this. A photo album.
And that's our
kidding.
child
Yes.
already. So we've already...
Absolutely.
He's got a
we're just
big
going to
foot.
keep that picture in
Now,
there.
I'm going to tell you this. That's going to be your responsibility. Because when she goes into the delivery room, It's going to be your responsibility to make sure that gets to the right nurses so that when baby Browning is born,
I see what this is all about. This is all like
memory book
footprint.
Yeah.
But that's going to be your responsibility, Greg. And if you screw that up,
more than competent.
You're done. You will have a permanent doghouse in the back.
Why are you even setting it up?
Don't get the wrong kid in there.
You got his elbow. What are you doing? It's supposed to be his foot. I'm drawing it on there with
everybody has
marker.
A unique elbow print.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice elbow.
So
this
here
is good.
is
Look
part
at
of
that.
her list.
What's it say? Dear Greg?
You had better not screw this up. She's already got
You
his
did this
little,
to me.
Got his little hat.
That is so sweet. Did you make that?
I wish I did. So here's his outfit. Basically, it does look like a lot of. There's a blanket. You know, she's got stuff.
Jenny's going to be something. It's all folded, or it was. Now it's not.
He's just shoving it back in there.
Fine. Gosh.
I see Jenny's outfit. That's pretty nifty.
Okay, but you know what?
I can't wait for Jenny to come home and look at the bag. Greg, did you get in here?
But here's for fun. Here's what we have to do now.
As if this is going to top the bag. I did notice though that you really had your sights set on the big hair. Do you want to try it or
No.
the big sexy hair?
No.
You got the gel stuff going.
I do.
Isn't that what this is? Like a mousse?
I don't know. Is it?
It's a volumizer.
I don't know, Nick. He's our producer.
Yeah, since you and Nick both have follicles. Adam does too, but I'm sure he's all set to go. Oh, no.
For fun.
No way.
She won't know that we did this. So, pizza cutter, we're going to put that in there. We've got the George Foreman grill.
Yes!
We're going to put that in there, too.
That is ideal.
You know, just need to...
That is ideal.
And hopefully she won't open it until the actual...
She won't even
Well, wait,
notice
where's
what
the
that
list?
bulge is.
Do you know what else needs to be put in there first? Oh, he's already forgetting the book.
So there we go. That's what we're taking right there.
You know what you need to do? You know,
We're going to have quesadillas for everyone!
You know what would be fun for you to do just to freak her out when she comes home tonight? Say, hey, honey, the book's finished. She's like, what?
I went down and got one of the neighbor kids that was born. I got his footprint.
This is an awesome idea. I love
planning
the book.
ahead.
I love
That's
the book.
right,
yeah.
The George Foreman thing is a great idea.
I'm just going to leave it in there and then put it back upstairs.
I love it.
Because tonight or tomorrow morning, and then she'll text me at work and she'll not think it's funny, of course.
Well, you know,
Does she ever have
conversations
conversations with you and blame us for ideas that we put in your head?
A couple times. Yeah. She's regretted this show many times.
Has she really?
She's cursed the patriarchs, specifically you. I think you.
Jenny, I have had
but in a
nothing
very,
to do with
very
this
polite
at all.
way, kind of like a Walton's Mountain kind of way, not a very vulgar. Just.
So thank you for the help. And by the way, again, if you would, if you have suggestions for us, by all means.
Can
on
I say
Facebook
right now, first
and
glance,
Twitter.
you guys have done a good job.
Thank you.
I think you're ready.
Can I finish it? Facebook and Twitter, patriarchsmedia.com, and also on our website, there's a contact section.
And feel free to share.
Jeez.
Share what?
Thank you.
The social media.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Even the baby.
Yeah, no, exactly.
This, I want to switch gears for just a second. I don't want to bring the show to a low, but I
want to
think
go back to the bag if you're going low.
we're not going that low. We're going,
He
no.
wants the big sexy hair.
This is important, and we're talking about a
lip balm.
police officer that died this week.
Mm-hmm.
And we're referring to Howard County Sheriff Deputy Carl Kuntz, who was killed in the line of duty, serving a search warrant. I'm from Howard County, and so I didn't personally know him, but I know many law enforcement officers up there. And this really, really struck a chord with that community, an incredible loss. Anytime, to me, a police officer is killed, and we know this has been a terrible year for law enforcement because both good and bad cops have been in the news, but in this case, Deputy Kuntz was exemplary, was one of the finest. And so he leaves behind an 8-month-old, and that's primarily why I'm bringing it up. This guy was a dad. This guy was a patriarch. And so he has left behind an 8-month-old, his wife. Thankfully, they put together a GoFundMe page. I think over $50,000 is already.
I think it is, because I know that just the other day it was 46, and it rocketed very quickly, which was awesome. And I'm sure it's going to go even higher.
Most definitely. The local FOP there, they've taken over it to make sure that the monies go to the appropriate places and whatnot. But it's a very sad thought in my mind that he knows the risk. And I've been down this path before, both when you and I did talk radio, when you just start talking about the police and their job, and this is what they signed on for, and I get that. But that day, when he was serving the search warrant, my understanding is he wasn't even supposed to be working. He signed on to help and go and do it. And so his wife kisses him one last time. He kisses his 8-month-old one more time, thinking he's going to come back home. And it really hits you like a ton of bricks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does, because we all do work that doesn't even cross your mind. unless there's some disgruntled employee at the office that decides today's the day.
Right.
You know, we don't enter into that every day. I mean, for anybody in public service, police, fire, EMTs, I mean, what they have to face nowadays,
and
it's
with the thought,
it's just such a wicked, evil world that they run into.
And I think what people lose sight of too is what they see every day. Like, and I'm talking your firefighters, your policemen, your EMTs, paramedics, your helicopter medical personnel, what they see every day, and then still try and still live a normal life.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
Right. No,
I'd be damned if I could do that.
No, it's tough.
And I think
do you remember Officer Rod Bradway? It was a couple of years ago. He was,
yes, yeah.
Well, we were pledge brothers at the same fraternity at Indiana State. Very good friend of mine, and still to this day, I still carry his obituary in my truck. And it's been 3 years?
Yeah.
So I have a lot of love for the police force,
and
both local, state, federal, whatever.
Oh, absolutely. And I think to both of your points, you think about what they're up against, but the whole idea of taking on a career to where you may not see your children again. You both have children. Dan and Jim, are blessed beyond measure. And so to think that you wouldn't make it home because of your work, that you wouldn't make it home. Again, I think it puts Deputy Kuntz's true testament to what he meant, not only with his job, and you've heard the praises in the news about, just so many people commenting, and it was one positive thing after another. He sacrificed his family to be able to go and do his job, and he did it very well. So
it's kind of a thing that popped into my head was I saw the picture of his little boy with his badge on.
Heartbreaking.
Very, very difficult to look at. But I'm thinking to myself, is it considering that this is something that a police, that a cop, a firefighter, anybody that's in that type of role can run into any day. They kiss the wife goodbye, or they kiss the husband goodbye, and they're off. This little kid's 8 months old. He'll have no memory of who his father was, other than the fact that he'll know the hero he was.
Sure. In
terms of the stories that'll be told to him as he grows up, what he'll read about his father when he grows up. So, in a way, because you think about the cops that give up their life and they have kids that are older. But here's a little one that 8 months old. It's all going to be everybody in the surrounding that's going to build this memory in this little boy's head, because he'll never remember the hugs, the playing catch. That never happened.
No, and in that regard, you think about, he really was robbed. The entire family was robbed of that opportunity to be able to share what you both have. I've already talked to both Dan and to Jim at different times of, Nicholas is now, you said 21 months. Yeah. And so you shared a beautiful photo the other day. It was him playing. It looked like it was in the toy room. And, some of the things you posted on Facebook, and I think I can't wait for that. Same thing with Jim. I've seen an opportunity where, he spends time with his kids now that they're adults and has formed that bond. But as we've been saying tonight with Deputy Kuntz, that's never going to happen. He's never going to get that. And so life sucks sometimes. It really does. And you just think, no, it doesn't make sense. But it is what it is. And so tonight we definitely dedicate this show to Howard County Sheriff Deputy Carl Kuntz, and our thoughts and prayers continue to be with his family and with that sheriff's department.
Well, and truthfully, if I was still doing the talk radio, I know a lot of people sometimes, I always like to preface stories about cops that lose their life in the line of duty, and they say, oh, most cops are good, but there's, I would quit doing that. I'm sick and tired of people going out of their way to appease those that want to have something negative to say about law enforcement because of one or two bad eggs. The bad eggs, leave them alone, because the overwhelming 99.999% of the men and women that wear a badge are ready to give it up, are ready to sacrifice for the safety of the public and do the most unselfish things you don't even hear about. And this has got nothing to do with chasing down a bad guy. This could be picking up a basketball and playing with kids in a park. This could be helping somebody across the street or load up their groceries. Or I saw a story the other day about a cop who helped a mom buy her groceries out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
So this transcends the law enforcement aspect of it.
It definitely does.
And it's been there's been a lot of people that have really turned this ugly over the last few years, but you know what? Calm down. Yeah. Because everyone that I've known, every cop that I've known, to me is a hero.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I've never seen you get upset.
Well, I'm not upset.
I think I got
it's
scared.
just I'm passionate about.
There's Adam here yelling, Ava!
I just get passionate about when you feel like something there's wrong being said about
you're right.
a group
Absolutely.
of people that truly deserve and get what on
Right.
way too much.
Most definitely.
Absolutely.
Way
definitely.
too much. But going back to this little dude, this Nicholas of his.
Why you gotta point to me and say
because
little
this, I just have to tell you. Did you ever see the movie Spaceballs?
Yeah.
You remember
Dark
Rick Moranis?
Helmet. Was it Dark Helmet?
Yeah, because
I couldn't remember the name. I wanted to post
When
that.
I saw Nicholas at Dick's Sporting Goods putting on a baseball helmet, I thought it was little baby Rick Moranis running around. It was the sweetest, cutest picture ever of this little dude wearing
With a
this
big blue
it
helmet.
just about covered his whole torso.
So back up for just a second, though.
I'm sorry.
Those that didn't hear this past show, you two saw each other out.
Yeah, we ran into Dick's Sporting Goods. We had to take Kai to go get, because we're doing softball and I'm actually helping coach this team this year. I'm not the coach, I'm just helping out. So we had to go get her new cleats, baseball bat, new glove, and a ball.
Mm-hmm.
So I had Nicholas that day and Angie had Kai, so we had to meet there. So we get there before Angie and Kai do. I'm walking with Nick through Dick's, and he finds the batting helmets.
Gotta try 'em all.
He's entertained. I'm thinking, good. I don't have to chase him. He figures out a way to put it on backwards and then takes off. So you got this little, I don't know, less than 2 foot tall kid rolling through Dick's Sporting Goods with this helmet that's actually like Dark Helmet from Spaceballs.
That's awesome.
yeah, it's
He's just
sweet.
loving
It was
it,
too cool.
giggling.
It was too cool.
He's about taking people out, taking their knees out as he's cruising through.
It's fun, and it's just such a great. You're gonna love it. I mean, just being able to participate in that, and then you're gonna become that parent. It happens. I don't care. Everybody has good intentions, but there's gonna be those moments where you get a little caught up in the competition. You know?
Yeah.
And thankfully, in Indiana, we still believe in keeping score. We don't do those. We
Yes,
don't keep
no.
score. We don't want anybody to
Participation
be,
ribbons, no.
we don't do that.
We've done those leagues. And
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
they're not
At the end of
fun.
the day, when you go home, you're
Teaches
still
a kid-
talking about the
teaches
score.
It teaches a kid nothing.
Right.
So it's good that they, you're getting into that because it's going to be such a good thing for Kai.
It's gonna be fun.
Great thing.
Absolutely.
Patriarchsmedia.com is the website. There you can actually hear past shows, and this is how it came up. We did talk about how these two ran into each other. Definitely check out some of the past shows. If you're new to us for the first time, or maybe you just have sampled a couple here and there, you can hear them, see our bios, and learn more about us. Now we're doing a new segment that we do. It's called Dadvice, where we look to one of the patriarchs for a little advice. And it can be any number of things that maybe you've experienced with your kids or maybe your dad. Dan Pantos, what do you got?
Well, there's one I thought about this week, and I guess it's going to be kind of fitting with, Officer Kuntz that you brought up, the softball or the athletics that you talk about being a part of. And the only thing I'm going to say is, as a father, spend time with your kids. Come hell or high water. And I say that because Tuesday I had an extremely bad day. It was all work related. It wasn't anything at home. I mean, I've got a phenomenal home life, but Tuesday was just an unfortunate bad day.
Okay.
Nothing went right. It's one of those days. I get home, and Kaya and Nicholas are wanting to play. Kaya's got to do her homework, and I promised I was going to help her do her homework. And Nick's just all over the place, and I was so wrapped up with what went wrong that day
Couldn't let it go.
that I let the day slip by. And I didn't sleep well that night. And I got to thinking about it. I screwed up as a dad. Right. At some point, you just got to tell work to kiss your ass. It's family time. Family is the utmost important thing to me. And I should never deter. I should never derail. And Tuesday, I let that happen. So as a father, the best advice I could ever give to any new fathers or any dads that might be going through a tough time, take time and spend time with your kids and tell everybody to go kiss off.
And I think it's a good reminder, as you said, even maybe somebody that has teenage kids, because wouldn't you say, Jim, that you're not perfect? And I know there are probably times you could reflect
close.
and say, yeah, there was a time that perhaps one of your kids, they, like you said, like Dan said, they wanted certain attention, and you weren't there. And we're not. We don't wear capes. Dan brings up a great reminder, but it's had to have happened to you.
Yeah, I don't know why kids are wired this way, but the thing you have to remember is, you've only got them for this finite amount of time in that capacity, because there is going to be a point, and Adam's I'm sure dealing with that a little bit with his teenage daughters, where life and friends and activities away from mom and dad become priority number one.
Yeah.
So those moments that you forgot to participate in will never come back.
Right.
They don't come back. So you have to, it's the old seize the moment thing. It's that commercial that was on here not too long ago, the insurance company, the little girl sitting behind the wheel wanting to drive the car, and then it flashes to the dad, and he hands the keys, and she's a teenager.
Oh, right.
Phenomenal.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah,
because
very good.
while it isn't that quick, it will seem like it once you're there. When Kaya is 15, you will have that moment where you're going to be like, where did it go?
Right.
It was just here. That's great dad
But I
advice.
felt bad about that.
That's good though.
Right.
But
and
you know
it was
what?
one of the things,
you know
it's
what?
like she's not going to be 7 forever.
And you know what you're going to do because of that? You're going to fix it. You're not going to let it happen again.
Absolutely.
You're going to be less likely to have
The
it
phone
happen.
will get turned off.
Yeah. Good
See,
idea.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic, Dan. That's really spot on, and it made me think of a friend of mine.
And
Can I
finish the thought real quick? And I hate to interject because within my thoughts, I mean, I work in a world where the time doesn't stop when people stop getting sick. You know, people aren't going to stop getting sick at 5. But at some point, do I really want to have the business of people that can't respect the time that I need to have with my family?
Right.
The money's good, but it's not important.
Right.
Not as important as spending time with my kids. And I wanted to finish that thought with that.
No, and
So I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
mean to
it's
interject.
perfectly good that you did, and it actually dovetails into the story of a friend of mine. Her husband was an attorney, very successful one, and so with that job, again, very long hours. He missed an awful lot of athletic events with their child, and kind of as you said, you know, the money's very good. At what point do you say, okay, we're going to step away and not take as many clients, or we're going to have more family time? He regretted it. Now, he passed away of cancer a couple years ago, but in his reflecting, that was probably number one on his list to say, I can't go back. I can't. There is no do-over. There's no rewind button. And you both have echoed this, and even Adam has said it on past shows, is that it does go by so quickly. Adam even commented on a past show saying that his teenage daughters, they were little girls. He was changing their diapers just the other day, and now they're teenagers. And so I think to myself, and that's why I love doing this with you guys, because my son isn't even here yet, but I'm learning. I'm soaking up so much from what you guys have told me. And so it is those moments to where I think, you know what? Dan said that one time, that it's not about this, it's not about work or whatever. So go in the backyard and just play ball with him.
Well, not
Get dirty.
I mean, I wouldn't take your kid out like this summer and play ball because he'll just lay there. I mean, at least wait till the kid has motor skills and the ability. I mean, Jenny's gonna be like, "What are you doing?"
He's got a mitt. It's on his head.
I mean, you got.
Start with rollover.
He'll get there.
You'll get there, right? I'm overly anxious. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, don't push him that fast. You know, it's okay. I like your ideas though, because you already know. But trust me though. I mean, I don't want you to feel like it's gonna blow by. Because you're going to have lots of, especially in babyhood, you're going to have lots of experience where you're going to be like, will this night ever end? So
Or will
will
this phase ever end?
Exactly.
We just entered a new one. Where
With Nick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kid's like on repeat, volume 10. Mom, 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 mom. As he's actually literally walking through the house, climbing on the table. Mom, mom,
Like
mom,
that Family
mom.
Guy
And
episode, right?
And he
Stewie.
won't
Yeah.
stop.
That's
Angie
great.
can be on the other side of the room and go, what? Okay. And he's good.
Don't they have like a Nerf paintball gun or something where you could literally just hit him off the table that he wouldn't get hurt?
They have bats.
And they have a low grade.
Bats and crowbars. They work too.
I'm not saying hurt the boy.
Well, no, they have like the low grade collars, like you know,
Shot collars.
it's just a very, very light.
I moved the invisible
Yeah.
fence to the inside
doesn't
living
cause
room.
them to lose anything bowel wise. It's just enough to just jerks their head a little.
Does Nicholas still has Pampers on the right, or training pants or anything?
No, he's still in the Pampers or
Okay,
Huggies.
So there you go. Yeah, if he loses control of his bowels, it's
He's
okay.
good. He's fine.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
They ain't going anywhere.
No, it doesn't hurt them, but it gets their attention. And that's what's important.
That's awesome. That's so good. Well, I'll tell you what, guys, the time always flies when we do these shows, and we've got to wind this one down. But great dad advice from Dan Pantos. He gets the we got to come. I thought of this the other day. We got to come up with some kind of a trophy in every show. Whoever leads the show gets it, and it needs to be something ridiculous. And I always look at
Whoever leads the show, well, that's you.
leads in terms of greatness.
Oh.
And somebody always, and this was a high moment for you. I'm giving you a compliment, you clown.
But you need to find like a lion. Because that's kind of our.
Well, yes and no, but I see.
Neat.
Here's my thinking. I'm going the opposite direction. I always look at the clearance rack
goofy
at Kroger or wherever. I want something ridiculous to where that's
clearance rack at Kroger.
Hey, they got good items there, but something we got to find. That's going to be the Patriarch.
Can I give you 2 words where you're going to find the premium stuff?
Oh, no, here we go.
Big Lots.
Ooh, that's a great store.
Or TSC.
And you might be able to shop for Christmas now.
TSC, Tractor Supply Company.
Even better store.
Good point.
Patriarchsmedia.com.
Tire.
Be sure and check us out. Also on Facebook and Twitter, it's
Belt
Patriarchs Media. For Jim Burrows, Dan Pantos, the invisible Adam Ritz, who will be back with us before you know it. And for our engineer, Mr. Nick Lopez, I'm Greg Browning. We are the Patriarchs.